Right then, so this is the final week of running my business from abroad, back to work, back home on Tuesday, back to reality, back to the no doubt grim as earth weather that the UK usually has on offer at this time of year. And yeah, just wanted to do a proper recap of the last 4 weeks of running my small business abroad and what's worked, what hasn't, and what I'm going to be taking home with me, I guess, from this experience, and just to go through that really, as I have done on some of the other videos. So, first of all, 4 weeks has absolutely flown by in no time at all. Every single day has gone super quick, far quicker than a day generally seems to feel to go at home. And the weeks have just kind of melted into one. And yeah, it's absolutely, I can't believe how quick it's felt. It doesn't feel like we've been here 2 minutes. I can still remember getting here 4 weeks ago. And yeah, it just has absolutely flown by. I suppose what they say about time flies when you're having fun, it definitely feels like that's the case. I guess obviously we've been straight into a routine as soon as we get here and kind of having the mindset of not necessarily being on holiday but being here to work and just making sure that I've been sticking to a certain routine, I guess has been the reason why every single day has felt like it's flown by so fast. Kind of has been a case of getting up in the morning, going for breakfast, coming out for my walk, doing my video, going and editing the video, you know, going back to the hotel and editing and publishing the video, then cracking on with some work. Before you know it, it's lunchtime. Then it's time to go back to work for a couple of hours, and then it's been straight upstairs, get ready, go up to the buffet, eat 20 puddings, and then go to bed, and then start the cycle all over again. And yeah, it honestly has absolutely flown by. And it doesn't feel like we've really been here that long, to be fair, but in reality, 4 weeks, long time. I think 30 odd days we were actually going to be here, and then yeah, Tuesday is going to be here before we know it, and we'll be on that plane and back to sunny Grimsby. So I'll be swapping this lovely beach here in Forteventura for the not so sunny beach at Cleethorpes. So I might do some more videos on Cleethorpes beach, but it certainly won't be looking anything along the lines of this lovely beach here. Maybe a few less nudist people walking about on Cleethorpes beach, I should suspect. So I think if I'm going down to Cleethorpes beach and I'm seeing people with a tackle out, there's probably something a bit wrong there. So what's actually worked in the last 4 weeks then in terms of running my small business from abroad? Quite a lot actually, and a lot of things that I was a little bit worried about before we got here actually was nothing to worry about now that I've been here. So a few things that I was definitely concerned about before we actually came abroad was obviously my setup at home. Because of the work that I do, I've always been in the mindset that I need to have 2 screens. So I've got 2 big monitors set up on my desk. I've then got obviously my 3rd screen with the laptop. And in terms of productivity and in terms of doing design work and stuff like that, I've always been under the illusion that I needed all those screens in order to be able to do my job. That's not been the case at all. I actually packed a monitor and got that out on the first day that we got here, and it's been back in the suitcase since probably day number 3, and I've never actually needed to use it. So that fear completely allayed, and yeah, it's not been anywhere near as bad as what I thought. I've been able to work absolutely perfectly fine just from my laptop, and that is something that is really exciting actually, because what it means now for next time that I do this, which it definitely will be happening again, is I won't need to be bringing a monitor with me. I was under the impression that when I got here, I'd have to be looking for maybe some sort of co-working space where I could potentially rent a monitor or something along those lines. But again, it's not been the case. Other things that have worked really well here, and this is kind of a bit of a double-edged sword in a bit of a respect, is I've found I've had less distractions as well as having more distractions. So again, something I was really concerned about was, would I be able to find a suitable place where we were staying, where I'd be able to sit down and properly focus on the work. And thankfully, I have been able to do that. Now, one thing that I tend to do at home quite a bit is I will sometimes get out of the four walls of my office and I'll go and do some work in a coffee shop. So I'll take myself down to Starbucks or Costa in the local area or another cafe, and I'll set my laptop up there and I crack on with some work there. And what I've always found is sometimes when there's lots of ambient noise around and there's lots of things going on, that actually helps me to focus a hell of a lot better. And that's kind of been the case here as well, to be fair, in terms of that side of things, is because I'm working in a hotel and there's obviously loads of people running about on the holidays and they're doing the bits and pieces. It's helped me to actually sit down in the position where I've been. I've found this nice little spot, and that's kind of turned into my office in on the terrace. And it's very busy. It's right outside of the canteen, and that's helped me to focus a little bit more and actually get rid of some of the distractions. So that's actually worked pretty well. It's kind of been the same sort of environment as when I take my laptop and go work in a coffee shop at home, where I have to consciously focus my attention and focus my mind. And I guess to a certain extent, you don't want to look like you sat there twiddling your thumbs in front of all these strangers. So it makes me kind of get on and crack on a little bit more, which has been good. Like I say, on the flip side of that, which I'll come to a little bit later in the video, there has also been a hell of a lot of other distractions that have not necessarily worked out all too well. Productivity as well was something, again, that I was very, very concerned about when we first decided to do this. But again, I would actually say that I've been a lot more productive over the last 4 weeks than what I would have generally been, and especially so when we've just come out of Christmas time and the holiday season. What I would usually expect in January would be to come into the month quite slow and be really distracted and still kind of be in holiday mode after having a couple of weeks off. But because we came straight out of that period and then straight into this sort of environment, it's actually worked pretty damn well for my productivity, and I've got a lot of work completed, which has been fantastic. And again, another fear kind of got rid of that I had coming into the trip. That wasn't actually anything as bad as what I thought it would be. So yeah, those bits were kind of the concerns. Those bits are the things that I have found a lot easier and a lot better than expected. Thought they wouldn't work before we got here, and actually they've worked out pretty damn well. So what didn't work out over the last 4 weeks? So internet was terrible and is terrible. I've been flicking between the hotel Wi-Fi, where I can't then access my emails and I can't access certain things that I need to do. Then I've been flicking onto the 5G and using my phone as a hotspot. But again, the signal's not always been great, especially when the weather's not been too cracking, then the signal drops out. So battling with the internet a little bit and not necessarily being able to get on the things that I needed to get on, which obviously when you're running a business online is quite a big problem. So that's not necessarily worked out too good. Although, with that being said, my internet back at home is absolutely garbage. So the times when I have actually been on the 5G and been getting sort of a couple of 100 megasecond compared to the 12 megasecond that I generally get on average at home has been pretty damn good, to be fair. So that's not been too bad. Other things that haven't quite worked, as I've said, the distractions, although there's been certain points where I've been less distracted, the overall environment, I would say, has been a hell of a lot more distracting. So obviously there's the pool, like going in the pool, like coming out on walks, like doing this, that and the other. Still not necessarily got out of that holiday mode, which I said right from the start, I didn't want to come away on holiday. I was coming away to work abroad. It didn't really work out that way, I don't think. So been productive, could have been a lot more productive, I think, and I think that's down to some of the distractions and getting distracted away from actually being on the job as fully as I probably could have been. So yeah, there definitely still has been a lot of distractions, and that has definitely been a bit of a concern, to be fair. No issues with time zones or anything along those lines, because where we are here in the Canary Islands, it's exactly the same time as at home, so that's been absolutely fine. But yeah, is it sustainable long term? Not doing it, I don't think, in this capacity, I don't think would work long term. So I think 4 weeks has been good. I have been very busy in terms of taking on quite a lot of new clients this month as well. Had stuff from last year to obviously get over the line as well. Could have been more productive at home. Yeah, I think I probably would have been, to be fair. But yeah, it's part and parcel. So going home on Tuesday, fly back early doors on Tuesday morning. We'd get back into UK late on, so, and I've got a few things to wrap up when we get back home, so I won't be properly starting back to work until the week after next. So yeah, it's looking forward to getting home, not gonna lie. Do miss me bed, not been sleeping too well in the hotel bed here. Miss my office as well. I'm a very early riser, and it's been a bit of a struggle getting up at the usual time that I get up at, sort of 4 o'clock in the morning, and then try to tiptoe around in the hotel room to not wake the wife up, because obviously nobody wants an upset wife that you've woke up at early doors. So looking forward to getting back home and having my office that I can get into my own space early doors and get cracked straight on without having to mess about too much. Looking forward to getting back into the routine of the stuff that I've got planned in terms of the 75 hard challenge that I'm going to be doing for myself. So I'm going to be getting cracked straight back onto that on Wednesday, the first full day back, and doing that sort of things. But yeah, all in all, it has been a fantastic experience. We've already got something booked in for going away in April for another month. So we've kind of proved the concept works, and we know it works for us both. It works for me, it works for the wife. So definitely looking forward to that. Some things I'm going to be taking away from my experience of working here is it's such a, not slow, but it is a slow, such a slow and laid back lifestyle over here. And I've kind of enjoyed that a little bit. So I'm always quite high paced and all over the place, never sat down for too long when I'm at home. And I think I'm going to take that back a little bit with me, and kind of slow the pace down a little bit, be more structured in the time that I'm actually working. So while I've been here to try and keep the focus a little bit more over the last week, I've been actually using a Pomodoro timer, and that's been really, really, really helpful. So I've just been doing 20 minutes of solid focus work on Do Not Disturb, 5-minute break, 20 minutes, 5-minute break, 20 minutes, then a 15-minute break, and I've just been doing that for 3 cycles, and that's actually been really helpful. And then around that time, like I say, just slowing it down, slowing the pace down, being 100% focused for that 3-hour block of delivery time, and then just slowing the rest of it down a little bit and not being quite so all over the shop in terms of me running about everywhere. So I'm going to be taking that home with me. Hopefully take a bit of the sunshine home with me, although looking at the news reports for the UK, there's something called the Beast from the East that's set to come in sort of first week in February with loads and loads of snow. So I don't think the weather's going to be too good. Don't think I'm going to be sitting on Cleethorpes Beach in my shorts and t-shirt when we get back, which is going to be a bit of a hard one to get his head around, but hey ho, we've not got long to wait until April, and then we'll be back to the sunshine hopefully. But yeah, spring will be coming around pretty quick anyway in UK, and hopefully bringing some nice new weather to that. But yeah, fantastic experience. We're definitely going to be doing it again. Proven the concept works, proven I can do it, proven I can still build the business and grow the business towards the goals that I've got. So exciting times, looking forward to it. So yeah, if you haven't done so already, do me a favour and subscribe to the channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. And other than that, I'll see you on the next video. Ta-ra!